What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. I'll be in Florida next week for 2 weeks following the Stephen Stearns Madeline Soto case. I'll be on scene giving you guys direct coverage from the courtroom and some behind the scenes information that a lot of the media probably won't tell you. If anybody want to contribute to the trip, my GoFundMe, my Cash App information, Zelle information, all of that stuff is in the description box. I appreciate everybody that has donated so far, for the trip. And it's not mandatory, but I mean, it is appreciated. So, you guys can check it out in the description box. Now, I'm going to get into this news, and this is a story a lot of you guys have not heard, me myself included. This is horrific, and it deals along one of the topics we talk about on here. In fact, 2 topics. 1, how the justice system ain't shit, and 2, domestic violence. I want to show you something, man. This is crazy. How many stories have we done, guys, on this channel where you did everything right? You followed all the guidelines that the justice system tells you to do when you feel as though your life is threatened by an ex-lover, and we see this person still get taken off the planet. This is what happened last week, July 11th to be exact. So what's that? Exactly 1 week from the day. Last week. You see this woman? This woman you see here is 34 years old, or was 34 years old. Guys, she's from Bellair, Florida, and her name is Shantay Butts. May she forever rest in peace. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman, along with her boyfriend, she was killed, but her boyfriend was injured by her ex-boyfriend, this piece of crap right here. This guy's name, and I swear to God, this is his real name. Little Mac Williams. That's his name. He's 45 years old, and he looked like somebody chewed him up and spit him out. This guy killed her, right? Last Friday. And not only did this girl do everything she said was supposed to do, she filed police reports, captured his harassment on video. She even fled her home in fear, and he still was catching her at her job and other places, harassing her, bullying her, doing all of this stuff, until finally he shot her to death. Take a look at this story.
Survivors of domestic violence are told to speak up, document everything. But for one Belle Glade mother, even that wasn't enough. Tonight, we're uncovering how her death fits into a larger deadly pattern and why advocates say the system is still falling short. CBS 12's Katie Benty joins us live in the newsroom with that story. Katie?
Liz, Shantay Butts told deputies she was being stalked. She had the video, she filed reports, and just days later, she was shot dead in her home. Shantay Butts was a mother of 4, shot and killed inside her Belle Glade home last week. Deputies say it was her son who called 911. The man accused of murdering her, Little Mac Williams, her ex, and the father of her children. Investigators say he also shot her current boyfriend, who survived. Court records reveal a decade of abuse across multiple relationships. In 2024, Williams broke into Butts' home, choked her, and took her phone. He was convicted, ordered to stay away, but he came back.
Please leave.
She posted this video to Facebook of what appears to be Williams waiting at her job.
Please leave my job. I have to go.
She told deputies he later stole her gun. Then there's this, a log showing Williams on her doorbell camera more than 20 times in one night.
If law enforcement's being called, something's, going on. There's something major that's happened.
On July 5th, deputies issued a warrant for stalking, but he wasn't arrested. 6 days later, she was dead.
The homicide rate is high, especially when someone's trying to leave that abusive situation. that's when they're at the highest risk.
Advocates say survivors often do everything right and still don't make it out.
Safety planning, escape planning, all that's happening right from the minute that we get that phone call.
And it's not just Butts' case. In 2023, a Boynton Beach woman was murdered less than an hour after filing a police report about her ex.
All right, guys. You seen it. May this woman rest in peace. Shantay Butts. Dead at 34 years old. I'm going to show you something. I seen an article up here that was talking about the situation with her, right? And it was talking about this guy. And it was saying that he had a past, a criminal history of reports on him, right? And it says up here, it says, now let me show you, let me show you his criminal history real fast, right? It says he has a pattern of violence. Williams' criminal history spans more than a decade and includes multiple arrests across Palm Beach County for domestic violence offenses. This guy right here is a serial ass whipper of women. In 2024, he was charged with felony battery, strangulation, they always choking somebody, and false imprisonment after an ex-girlfriend reported that he assaulted and R-worded her. Medical records documented swelling, bruising, and hematoma. Basically, he gave her a blood hickey. He pleaded guilty to felony battery and served 36 days in jail. I told you, the justice system don't care. Now, that's just one. I'm going to tell you another story in a second. They don't care. And I'm going to tell you why they don't care. If you notice, vicious crimes against children happen all the time. Crimes against the elderly. Crimes against women. Crimes against men. It happens so much that it's so frequent. What they do is they get these laws and they put different stipulations on them of how severe they are according to people that are not involved in it. Because it happens so much. Even though every case is different, they categorize you according to what happened to you by those in the past that these type of people judged and put hands on. Ain't that some shit? That's all the justice system is. It's bullshit. This woman was in terror. She did everything right and she still died. Look at this. Second case of this guy. Right? Second case. In 2018, 4 years later, another ex-girlfriend accused Williams of stalking and trespassing at her home. He was convicted of trespassing and served 59 days. So 36 days for busting a woman's ass and giving her hickeys, right? And R-wording her. 36 days, a month and almost a week in jail for that. Then 4 years later, he stalked another girl and trespassed at her home. He got 59 days. So basically, to teach him a lesson, they gave him, what, 25 more days in jail? That'll teach you. See the game they play? Watch this. In 2023, again, that was 4 years. Now this is 5 years difference. So in 9 years, he done beat ass on multiple people. In 2023, a different woman told deputies that Williams struck her in the head. Of course he did, with an unknown object. He pleaded guilty to domestic battery and was sentenced to 2 days in jail. 2 days in jail. 2 days in jail. They don't want to deal with this shit. They don't. They don't want to deal with this because they see it so much. A similar situation. Watch this. Shantay Butts' death mirrors a 2023 case in Boynton Beach where a woman was gunned down in the parking lot of her apartment building less than an hour after reporting her ex-boyfriend to police. That man, Robbins Cesar, later confessed to the killing, telling detectives that her fling and police report was the final straw. So basically, her telling the cops was the final straw where she had to go. She was doing what she was supposed to do to protect herself, and she didn't even make it an hour. Think about that. This guy had an arrest warrant for stalking issued a week before. Obviously, they didn't look in his background to see how dangerous he was. Did you see the video? This son of a bitch is laying on her car. Stupid as hell. Dumb. Another article I seen up here, right? It showed that the little girl was on they said a child was on the phone, 911, right? When, in fact, this is it right here. Okay. It says during the phone, all right, I'm going to read this article real fast. Williams, 45, that's a hard 45, and the caller's mother, Shantay Butts, had broken up nearly a month and had a no contact order from a previous domestic strangulation case filed in March. So it was a domestic a restraining order since March on this guy when he strangled her, and he still is not listening. The probable cause affidavit stated, despite the no contact order, Williams had been calling, of course, Butts every day for weeks using restricted numbers. During the phone call, the dispatcher said that they heard an adult man say, "Where's your mother?" Before the child on the other end said he heard his mother being shot. While approaching the scene, deputies saw that said that they saw Williams down the road from the home. According to deputies, he was lying down on the road unprovoked and spread his arms before being placed in cuffs and arrested. He already knew. Yeah, I did that shit. Take me in. Inside the home, deputies say they found a man suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest in the bedroom, and Butts lying unresponsive next to him. Butts was pronounced dead at the scene, and the man was transported to the hospital, where he was stabilized. A records check revealed Williams has an active felony warrant for burglary and grand theft after he allegedly stolen a firearm from Butts' vehicle just days before. And most likely, I'm more than sure he used that same gun on her. How sick is that? In a subsequent interview, a roommate told investigators that Butts was in bed with her current boyfriend at the time of the attack. So he bust up in there while she was in bed with a man. Her man, he's the ex-man, but he can't take that. Crazy. Think about that. As a man, you bust up in a girl's house that he knew she had somebody. He bust up in there. Cock blocked like a motherfucker. Boom. You look stupid as hell as a man doing that. In a post-Miranda interview, Williams explained to deputies that he entered the home, which he considered to be his primary residence, and was greeted by an unknown man. Immediately after he entered, Williams alleged that the two of them got in a fight. During that fight, that unknown man produced a gun, which went off. That's something. And that's something. He busts up in the bedroom. The guys see him. They get to fighting. He shoot the guy. You know what I'm saying? He had no explanation for how Butts was shot, per deputies. Jesus Christ. Once you think about that, man, this stuff happens so much. They categorize it in first degree, second degree, third degree, all that other shit. But it's the same thing, the same ending, death for somebody. So all that shit don't mean nothing. They had a week to pick this guy up. Now, once you look at this man, you think he'd be hard to find? This guy got bum status written all over him. He looked like Lamont Sanford that's cracked out. If Lamont Sanford was on crack, that's what he looked like. Look. Here's another thing, and I'm going to say this, and this is no disrespect to this woman. How come you see some of the most prettiest women with some of the most ugly dudes? Seriously. These motherfucking dudes look like nobody cares for them. And I'm probably sure part of this whole situation of them breaking up, besides the violence and all of that goofy stuff, was she was tired of his nonsense. And I guarantee you, most likely, he didn't look like that before she let him go. Come on, let's keep it real. A lot of these guys, you know, you seen she had a car. This guy walking around. A lot of times, ladies, you mess with these guys sometimes, and they look at you as shattering their world where you was their world. You was their transportation. You was their living arrangements. You was this and that. Stuff that they supposed to have on their own and you supposed to come into. But no, it's different now. And when you cut these guys loose, everything that you let them use, they feel as though you fucked their life up because now they're left with nothing. Nothing. What kind of thinking is that for a man to have? First of all, I don't want nothing that some woman has that I'm involved with. I want to come to the table with my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to make it to where she wants to be with me and I can contribute to something that she either doesn't have or build together for something that we both ain't got that we striving for. But nowadays you don't see it like that. And the justice system don't give a shit about you. They don't. That's why I tell you, you got to look at the warning signs, both men and women, because nowadays everybody crazy. They don't even wear masks no more. They show you who they are. And when they do, you got to believe them. You have to believe them. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is a tragedy. Shot the man and shot the woman with the child in the house. See you in the next video. Take care.